Hello, so today's video is going to be a get ready with me video showing you how I use the Mineral Touch liquid foundation and the concealer. So for those of you that have recently gotten these, you can see how I personally do it, how I found gives me my favorite results. So yeah, let's just get into it. First thing you need to make sure is that your skin is moisturized. You need to take care of your skin before you apply your makeup. I moisturized about 30 minutes ago with the Divine Daily Moisturizer by Younique that I have really been loving this lately. I have noticed that it keeps my skin extremely moisturized, it doesn't make it oily, and the makeup applies on it beautifully, which has been hard for me to find a moisturizer that doesn't affect the result of my foundation. It doesn't break it up later since I have extremely oily skin. And then this is something I just got in the mail a couple days ago. It's the Younique Rose Water, and it's supposed to help with the appearance of like redness. It's supposed to even your skin tone and hydrate. It smells like roses, so if you don't like the smell of roses, you're not gonna like this, but I mean, I think it smells good. Just spray it. It just gives you that refreshed feeling. And for those of you that like a dewy foundation, you could apply this after you do your foundation to help have that dewy, glowy look. You can also use this similar to Max Fix Plus, if you know what that is, and it turns your eyeshadow metallic looking and just makes it so bright and so gorgeous. So I've been using this for that too. So here is the liquid foundation, and this is my favorite liquid foundation I've ever used. I'm not just saying that, I have had such a hard time finding a liquid foundation I like. I am in shade Organza. Okay, my first impression of this was honestly not the best because it's my fault. I didn't read the back, and it says shake well before using. So had been sitting in the box while it was, shipping to my house. I poured it out, dripped it on my brush. I'm like, this is so watery. How is this gonna cover anything? So I was like putting it on, I'm like, this isn't doing anything. And then I looked at the back and it says shake before using. I was like, okay, I'm gonna shake it. And this is what I do. I unscrew it, and it's a little dropper, which is really cool, but I squeeze it a couple times to make sure that the foundation that's in the tube didn't settle either. So that makes sure it gets all mixed. Okay, and currently the brush that I've been using is the Morphe M439 brush, and it's just a dense foundation brush, and I mean, I've been using it, I've been liking it. Younique does have a specific brush for the foundation. I've been wanting to try it, but since I already have this one, I've just been using this one. So if you have a tried and true foundation brush that you really like, give that one a try and see if it works. And if you're not getting the results that you thought you would, you might need to get a different brush, because what you use to apply your foundation can make all the difference. So what I do is I just start off with 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And then I just dab it on my cheeks, chin, nose, my forehead, and then, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but that's how I do it. And then I just start blending. And I've learned that if you press super, super hard, it doesn't look as good. So it's just kind of lightly blending it. And I have a lot of discoloration and a few pimples here and there. I've always had bad skin. It's just how it's been. So I have to use a little bit more. But if you have like already pretty gorgeous skin, this is literally all you would need. So I mean, you could tell it's starting to already even out my skin tone. I will use the concealer to even it out even more. So I'm just gonna do about 3 more drops and just focus on the areas that I get the most redness. Make it look like you have a mask on. So blend down to your neck, and for me, my face is always, no matter what, a different color than my neck. I also have not self-tanned in over a week, so I'm pretty white right now. I'm planning on doing that tonight. You want to make sure that move the excess foundation onto your ear too, because you don't want to have like a completely different color ear. Get back here. Okay, next I'm going to be using the Skin Perfecting Concealer. This stuff is hardcore. Like, you need the tiniest amount. Like that. That's probably all I'll need. So what I do is I take my finger, just get a little tiny bit, and then I just dab it where I need it. So my cheeks always have redness, so I'm going to disperse a little bit there, on this little fun guy, around my nose, because women, hormones tend to make redness around the nose. I've always hated that, so that'll help with that. And what I personally use to blend out my concealer, you can just use your finger, just tap, 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 don't smear. Just tap, 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 tap until it blends in. What I use is this isn't technically a beauty blender, it's the Real Techniques blender, and I love this. Younique also has its own beauty blender. I have not tried that either personally. I want to, I'm waiting for this one to die out on me. It's starting to crack, so eventually I'm gonna have to get one, but this is damp. So normally this sponge, when it's dry, is like this big. So you run it under the faucet, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze like, I don't know, 10 times, then just squeeze all the water out. Take a paper towel and just squeeze all the excess. It's really soft and bouncy and it's a little damp, and I find that that blends my concealer out the best for me. So I just tap. I do, and this is unnecessary to use a different concealer. Like if you already have this one and you don't want to go out and buy another one, you can use this under your eyes. I just personally like a thinner consistency for my under eye concealer and on my eyelids because I do crease a lot, and I also like that this is a lighter color so it brightens up my under eyes. This is the same exact color as my skin and my foundation, so this won't do any brightening, and I like how this one brightens. And this is the Naked Skin Weightless Coverage Concealer by Urban Decay. This is gonna last forever because you have to use a tiny, tiny bit. This, I mean, I will repurchase when it runs out because I love it that much. So what I do is I make a triangle under my eye. You don't want to just do right here under your eye because that can actually give you more focus to your dark circles if you have dark circles. So I do this. Just kind of a triangle effect. You want to go out a little bit past your eye too because you don't want to just stop right here. Then it looks very, very obvious that you have under eye concealer on. So again, I use my beauty blender and I just tap, tap, tap. And you just want to keep tapping. This will take off any excess concealer that doesn't need to be on my skin, so it takes off any cakiness. You need to focus on going inward, this way. I know naturally we go this way, but we want to go this way because the way that our fine lines go is this way. So you want to get into those wrinkles so that it doesn't crease as bad. So I just keep going back and forth, focus mainly on going this way. You want to get as close to your eye as possible. And the next thing I do is I forgot to prime. That sucks. Oh well. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I'm going to film this video and I know I'm going to forget things because I'm on video and that's just how it's going to be. So I forgot to prime. Oh well. Now I'm putting some of the same concealer on my eyelids because I don't know if you can tell that I have concealer on, but my eyelids are like see-through. You can see all the veins. It just gives you a clean slate to apply your eyeshadow. I'm just taking my beauty blender again and just dabbing. Make sure that you get in the inner corner. If you don't have a specific primer for your eyes, this is a way that you can prime your eyes, is just by using concealer and setting it with a powder. But I mean, I usually do both. I put down a primer and then I put down concealer and then powder and then put on my eyeshadow. But that's just personal. You find out what works best for you and you rock it. Okay, so now what you need to do pretty quick, set your under eye concealer before it creases if you have problem creasing. If you don't, you might not need to. What I'm using is my Mercier translucent powder. Younique has amazing powder too. I just have not personally bought it because I have this. I'll try it when I run out of this. So you do the same thing that you did with the concealer. You go in this way most of the time. You just keep going in. And I'm using a Morphe brush. The Morphe M438 brush. So I also set the concealer on my eyelids. Yep. I can already see how my makeup is creasing right here because I don't have a primer on. That's just me though. I have big pores, I have some wrinkles up here. I just don't have the best skin, so I usually have to apply a primer. No matter what, foundation just needs a primer for me. Not everybody needs it. I mean, some people are gorgeous skin, they don't need a primer. The liquid foundation dries to a powder finish. You don't really need to even set the makeup with a powder because it dries to a powder finish. But me personally, I'm so oily, I still set everything with the powder. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more of that translucent powder just everywhere. Okay, next I'm going to do my eyebrows. I have an eyebrow video that I already posted, so I will link that down below so you can watch it if you want an in-depth one. So I'll probably move through this pretty quick. I'm using Younique's brow liner pencil, and I love this. It's extremely similar to Anastasia's Brow Wiz, which I have both. I just have been tending to use this one more. This is in shade medium, and it's actually $2 cheaper than Anastasia's. Probably continue to buy this one just because it's cheaper, pretty much the same thing. And I like it. It works very well for me. Brush out my tiny little barely there brows, and I need to pluck them, so don't judge. Okay, have you heard the term that my eyebrows are sisters, not twins? I'm sure you have, but that's what's going on today. I just don't even judge them. I feel like they just don't look good. But I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna set my brows. I have the Anastasia brow gel and Younique's brow gel. The difference between them is this one is clear and it's like super glue. Your eyebrows aren't going anywhere, so if you have crazy eyebrows, this would be perfect. I don't really have crazy eyebrows. I have eyebrows that are very thin, so the one that is tinted actually helps. So I'm gonna go and use that. Sometimes I will just use this if I'm in a hurry, and this also helps keep them in place. Man, on camera it looks like I have a whole huge spot missing right there. Nikki, just drop it. Alright, next I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. For an everyday look, I go pretty simple. No, okay. Please be fine. Thank God, they all survived. Woo. What I'm going to be using is the Addiction 1 palette, which is the warm brown palette from Younique, and this Makeup Geek eyeshadow right here. This is Peach Smoothie. This is what I use as my transition color on my eyes. Transition shade just means you put it pretty much all over your lid and up in your crease, and it just is a color that's very similar to your skin tone. It helps whenever you put other shadows on top of it. It helps those other shadows blend out better. You could just use this palette for an entire eye look. Like, they have this color right here that you could use as a transition color. It's just a little too it's a little too pale for me. I can use it. I've done a whole eye look on this. Since I just have this and I'm used to it, I'm just going to use this one too. And I'm using the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush to do this. And you're not going to see much here because it's going to be very similar to my skin color. Just go back and forth and do circles, back and forth, circles. You just go until it's the desired color. You can see a little bit. Excuse my hair, my appearance. I'm not doing my hair today because in a couple hours I'm going to get my hair cut. I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I'm getting it even shorter. I never thought I would want to get my hair shorter and shorter and shorter, but I do. I'm gonna take this Morphe M441 brush. It's just another blending brush that's really dirty. I need to clean it. I'm gonna go in with the shade Chipper from the Addiction 1 palette. Tap it. It's pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to mainly focus this on the crease. Wherever you set your brush first, that's going to be where the most color goes, and so that's going to be the most pigmented spot. You want to focus right here at first and then move it. Just keep blending and blending so there's no harsh lines and it just looks very blown out. You just keep adding color until it's as dark as you want it. I'm probably going to leave it like this because I'm going for a very natural everyday look. My son's awake.
Mom.
What? Okay. Alright, next I'm going to do is just take this is the Morphe MB20. It's just like an eyeshadow brush. I need to clean some off of it. And I'm just gonna apply, let's go with Brassy right here. Just kind of a gold shimmery. What? Okay, I'm just gonna apply this all over the lid and just tap it. Try not to go past your crease, just focus this straight on the lid. And tap off any excess so you don't have a bunch of fallout. If you are doing a look that has lots of glitter or lots of dark shades that have fallout, apply your eye makeup first before your foundation. That's just a little tip. But this is a pretty neutral eye. I don't have a lot of fallout or anything, so that's why I did my foundation first. Okay, and so what I'm going to do so I can show you is I'm going to use the rose water, dab it back into the same color that I just used, so it's on there, and spray my brush. Look at that. Look at the difference, the same exact color, just with rose water makes it that much, just pop so much. That's amazing. It just gives it a metallic look. Hang on, my son's playing with my computer. So this is one of my favorite parts about the rose water. It can make any eyeshadow that much more beautiful. Tap instead of smear. That helps get the pigment on and push it onto the skin and not wipe off what's under it. And this might not be an everyday look for you. This might be way too much for an everyday look. This might not be enough for you. Just find what works for you. Practice one look over and over again. This is a look I've done a few times, so I'm pretty used to doing it. I'm just gonna take a brush and just blend that, make it look to where like the glitter blends better into the upper shade. That way it's not such like just a harsh line right there. Sometimes eye looks can look kind of crazy until the finish. Then you're just like, oh, it all came together. So I'm not gonna apply any eyeliner or like winged eyeliner today. I'm just gonna do my water lines. You don't even have to put on eyeliner. You could just put on mascara and call it a day. Especially if your eyes get irritated. I know this is really gross looking. This is just the black eyeliner from Younique. Sorry, my dog's barking. She's not too happy that she's put away right now. Lining my waterline, I'm going to do tight lining up here. I know this looks crazy. I'm going to take my Morphe E18 and just take this same brown that I used on my crease and just blend my under eye out. I used to never put anything on my bottom, but now I do every time. What, baby? Do you need help? Bring it here, I'll help you. Yeah, bring it here, I'll help you. Hi, what happened?
Stuck.
It's stuck? Say hi. Oh, okay, you don't want to say hi, you shy? Here you go. This is my son, by the way. Just woke up from his nap. So, if you feel like it's too dark for you, just keep blending. Just keep blending. When in doubt, just keep blending. Now, I do have a little bit of fallout from the glitter on my face, so I'm just going to take this and brush it off. Oh, you want to do your makeup? Here you go. Here you go. Right here. So now I need to highlight my brow bone in my inner corner. I'm just going to use this today. This is the Morphe G27 pencil brush. And I'm just going to take this lightest shade Elated, and it's a matte kind of cream color, and just highlight my brow bone. It's pretty much very similar to my skin tone, like I said earlier, so it's not a dramatic brow bone highlight, but like I said, this is my everyday look, so it's perfect for that. And normally I do a shimmery inner highlight, but I'm going to use the same one because I don't want anything too dramatic today. Highlighting your inner corner can help make your eyes look bigger and more awake, so that's a little tip. But this is a very, very mild inner highlight. Okay, so normally I wait to do my mascara very last because that's kind of one of my least favorite parts about doing makeup is mascara. It's just personal. I've always been like, yay, mascara. It's not my favorite. So next is bronzing. I currently don't have any Younique bronzers. I really want one because I had the sample of it and I loved it and I used it all. So I can't wait to actually order it. No, baby, no touch. So what I've been using is the contour kit by Anastasia. I've been using this center color because these colors are like too red on me. So I mean, it's a contour kit, so it's for contouring, but I normally just bronze, kind of just like quick contouring. But last night I went ahead and bought this. It's only like $3 or $4. It's by Wet n Wild, so I wanted to give it a try. Might not be the best time to test it is when I'm about to go somewhere, but oh well. So I'm going to use my Morphe M523 brush. I have no idea how pigmented this is, and I just dabbed it a lot in there. So what I do is I just tap it. You want to start right at your hairline, even into your hairline, because that's where you want it to be the darkest. And you want to follow to the corner of your mouth, from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. So I'm just kind of bronzing, contouring very lightly. I mean, it looks pretty. Might be a little orange, but I used to never bronze. Never. I never really understood how to do it right, and now I pretty much can't live without it. Just gives so much definition to your skin, gives so much color and life. Yeah, I don't know how I lived without it. Make sure you blend it into your hairline. And you know it looks crazy right now, but I will help it. And this lighting makes my skin look even worse than it is, sadly. I don't have good lighting, I just use natural light. So now I do right along my hairline right here. Just blend, blend, blend. I don't know how this color is going to work on me, but I mean, it was only $3, so. I mean, everyone does this differently because everyone has different face shapes, what they like. This is just my personal way of doing it. You say hi? Come here. Come. Okay, okay. Okay, so a way to clean up your bronzer, say if it kind of looks like messy right here, grab some powder, some translucent powder, or any powder that you have that you like. Using my translucent powder again, I'm going to use the Morphe M459 brush, which is just this flat, short brush. Dab it in there. Just do this. This helps kind of cheat a contour look without actually spending the time to contour. Tip I learned from the lovely Jaclyn Hill. I guess this is a drag queen tip that the makeup industry is stealing from drag queens, which, how cool is that? Like, they are amazing at makeup, so I will take anything I can get. So you can leave that on for a few minutes, and that's called baking. That's where you leave it on and let it sit, or you can wipe it off right away. I'm going to leave it on for a few minutes. I'm going to put blush on. And I have the Morphe blush palette.
Brush.
Yeah, this is a brush. You want this one? There you go. Do your makeup. And so this is, the reason I got this is because I only had one blush and I didn't like it very much. So I wanted to figure out what colors I like. So this has a great variety, and that's why I got this. I have not tried Younique's. I really want to. One day I will. I usually pick a pretty simple color. I'm going to use this one. It's kind of just everyday look. And these are so pigmented, you just need to tap it once and then you just like smack the crap out of the brush and it's still on there. Yeah, you're doing it. Good job. So I'm just gonna tap it. Oh, and this is the Morphe E4 brush, and I love this brush. I just think it's so pretty. So just kind of put it, start on your apples of your cheeks and go back. The next thing I'm going to do is wipe off that excess powder. It helps define your cheekbones. Just gonna blend it out. If your blush is a little too strong, you can blend it out a little bit. So the next part is highlighting. I've been using this Becca highlighter. It's in Champagne Pop, collaborated with Jaclyn Hill, and it's gorgeous. So pretty. You can use so many different things to highlight. You can use eyeshadows. Say if you could probably use something in here to highlight. If you have a highlight, you can use a highlight. You can use liquid highlight. What I've been using also is this Makeup Geek eyeshadow is called Shimma, and I've been using this recently too. You don't have to go spend a whole bunch of money on just a highlight. If you have an eyeshadow that's like a champagne or a white or kind of like a gold color, you just find one that you like with your skin, and I just focus on top of my cheekbones, right on top of that blush. Oh, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh's right. Here you go.
Stuck.
And you can put this anywhere where you want to show off your facial features. So if you like your nose, you can put it on your nose, your chin. I put it right here. It's called your Cupid's bow, right on top of your lip. Since I have extremely textured skin because of my acne scars, I don't like to put a lot of shimmer on my face. I wish I didn't have it, and I wish I could go all crazy glowy highlight, but it just doesn't look good on me. Plus I have oily skin. So if you have dry skin, highlighting is a great thing, as long as you don't have dry patches, because that'll accentuate the dry patches. So next, he's just putting so much chapstick on himself. I'm going to do my mascara. And I also have a video of this too. Now, if you have the Younique 3D mascara, comes in these two, you can just go straight in, do these. But I always put...
Right there.
Oh yeah, thank you. I always put a layer of this on first. It's just personally how I do it and how I get the best results for myself. So I just do a layer.
Right.
You like wiggle at the bottom, go up, wiggle. That's how I personally do it. It's putting on so much chapstick. And I do 2 coats of this. I wait for it to kind of dry. That's why I do the other eye. I'm gonna do my bottom. Oh, okay. Not everyone likes the way that mascara looks on their bottom, but it's just a personal preference. And I know everyone has to make a crazy face while they're doing mascara. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with the 3D mascara. I start with the big one, which is the transplanting gel, and I twist it as I pull it out, and I just get the excess off the end. If there's any like clumpiness, you can just wipe it off. And you don't have to focus this too much on the bottom, the base of the lashes, because we already have regular mascara on. But if you're just using this instead without regular mascara, just apply this like a normal mascara. While it's still wet, get the 3D fibers out. Do the same thing. Twist it as you pull it out. And just focus on like the middle to the very ends of your lashes. Just do a thin layer all the way across. And then move on to the next eye. Now end with the transplanting gel. Always end with this so it holds the fibers in place so they don't fall on your face throughout the day. And today I'm just doing 1 layer of this because I'm going for a natural look. I usually do 2 layers of this, but just go for an everyday look. So it's super easy. It takes practice, but once you got it down, like you could do it in a minute. So much quicker than false lashes. For me personally, I've never been good at them. I know some foundation and highlight got on my lips, so today I'm going very natural. I'm going to be using Younique's lip bonbons, and I have the shade Red Velvet Cake, and it's just a tinted lip balm that has a whole bunch of yummy ingredients in there to help moisturize and keep your lips healthy. And I think it's a very pretty color. I mean, it has a scent to it, but it's not like
Mom!
super sweet or anything. It kind of just smells kind of like a lipstick, but it's not bad. So you can see it has a little bit of a tint to it. It looks pretty much just like my lips, but better, which that's why I like it. This is perfect for every day. And there's 5 different shades. They even have a completely like clear one. And the packaging is just adorable. It's very high quality feeling. Love it. So yeah, that's it. That's my look today. It's my everyday look. Well, one of my everyday looks. I have a few of them. This is using a lot of Younique products. I use a lot of different brands. So Younique plus others. This is just one using this palette, which I know a lot of you have. So that's kind of why I wanted to focus on that. Last thing I do is I spray some setting spray on my face because I have oily skin. My makeup can break down pretty quick and get kind of splotchy around here and right here. So this helps keep it in place. It's Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. It's pretty pricey. I haven't decided if I'm gonna buy this again. I think I really like it, but I don't know, I'm just gonna keep using it. You wanna close your eyes and hold your breath. And then after you spray, you don't wanna talk. You wanna let it dry. You don't wanna move your eyes around because the mascara will transfer because this makes it wet. But once it dries, you're good to go. So wait like 30 seconds before talking. And if you have dry skin, you can definitely use Younique's Rose Water Spray. This helps hydrate. This is a great setting spray for those of you that have dry skin. One of the main reasons that I use this and I love this, since I use a powder on my skin, this makes the powder like seep into the foundation, just make it all look like a cohesive thing rather than like foundation you can tell there's powder on it. Like I don't know, it just puts everything together and it just seals it together so nicely. If that makes sense? I don't know. That's my favorite part about this. I don't know how well it actually works at making your makeup last. So yeah, this is my look. Everyday look, one of them. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions or if you have any recommendations for a different kind of video, or just let me know. I love makeup, obviously. All right, I will definitely be posting pictures after I get my hair cut because I'm really excited and nervous like always. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too long. It's my first makeup like walkthrough. So you want to say bye? Come here. Bye. Bye, guys. I'm just gonna move on. Can we not eat my chapstick? Yeah, I know it tastes good, it's mint, but it's not meant to eat, baby. But honestly, you can. What? That is a choo-choo. Does that taste good? Oh, are you showing them? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Careful, careful. Look out, baby.